Ladies and gentlemen, this is the YouTube channel vlog show of inspiration and realness. Also, this is the YouTube channel vlog show of positivity, personality, and fun. This is Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977, and now the perpetrator of these shenanigans, Big Beefy E himself from his Big Beefy Man Cave in New Bedford, Massachusetts, Mr. Shenanigans himself, and the two-time Chilling 3000 2022 End of the Year Awards winner, Eric M. Lima. Thank you very much, Mr. Announcer, sir. And yes, hello, welcome to yet another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the 517th episode of the show. What's going on? I hope you guys are having a great Friday or Friday if you're getting paid. And I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. As you know, for all the school kids here in southern New England, April vacations almost come to a close. In fact, we got one more full week of April before we hop into May. And I know for a fact that a couple of DVD are going to be coming out. One movie will be released May 2nd. That's on Rock's birthday. Rock's birthday is on a Tuesday. So it'll be a happy early birthday to Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. He'll be turning 51. 51 years old. Guy looks like he's still in his 30s, for goodness sakes. Guy knows how to work out. Anyways. 80 for Brady. I'm going to get that, and that's going to be out on DVD. And then the week after, WrestleMania 39 will be coming out on DVD. I can't wait to get it. So I'll probably be on the hunt for that. So for right now, yeah, I just finished shaving. That's why I'm doing all. I always do this. I don't know why. When it comes to shaving, man, I feel like I feel like Jimmy Anvil Neidhart without the invisible goatee. You know, God rest Jimmy Anvil Neidhart's soul, man. And he was a great wrestler. You know, he was a former tag team champion in his own right here in the WWE. All right, speaking of wrestling, I want to get to Impact from last night, 420. Possibly, speaking of 420, I've been on 3 live streams last night. Yesterday, I should say. As of yesterday. On the Dugout Crew podcast, I went to the Nordic Wolf Productions podcast too while everybody was getting stoned. Me, I'm like the non-stoned dude, as I like to call myself. And I was on Rant and Rave last night, so I've been all over the place. Call me the podcast prince. No, I'm only kidding. What a joke. I can josh around time and time again. Just to let you know, a little bit of a tidbit now, a little program note. AEW Rampage will be on tomorrow night at 10 because of the basketball playoffs and all, fooling around on TNT and whatnot. And Jordy Scow will be on vacation, but he's entrusted me to host his live reaction to AEW Rampage. So if anybody associated with Jordy Scow, you're more than welcome to come on. Anybody that knows me, you're more than welcome to come on the live chat, say hi, and all that. I'll probably get a few people in with me to help me out with that. And I've always tried to keep track and we'll take notes so I can do my own version of a reaction, so to speak, of these event centers that I always do every single day. We're going to talk about some Impact right now. The fallout from Rebellion. 6-man tag team matchup or trios matchup. Time Machine, that will be the Motion Machine Guns. That will be Chris Sabin and Alex Shelley teaming up with Kushida. Kushida is also a former WWE Cruiserweight Champion, I might add, to take on the team of Mike Bailey, Jonathan Gresham, and the X Division Champion Trey Miguel. And Trey Miguel's ego has cost his team the matchup, as Time Machine did pick up the victory. Now, Gia Miller interviewed Santino Marella. Santino, Gia asked Santino, "Are we going to see you in some matches?" From time to time again, but I want to run things here as director of authority. And so Alicia Edwards gets into Santino Marella's face and goes, "What are you going to do about Eddie Edwards against PCO? What are you going to do about it?" And then he goes, "Aren't you getting ready for a matchup? Because your match is up next." And so Alicia Edwards gets aggravated, walks out. Walks off, I should say. She didn't walk out. She walked off. And Zicky Dice and Johnny Swinger and said, "Hey, we got somebody." He said, "We're going to cover their expenses." Okay, fine. I don't know who this person is they got, Well, Zicky Dice and Johnny Swinger are up to no goods, up to no good shenanigans. Unlike my shenanigans that are good shenanigans, these guys have no good shenanigans. I got a hunch. They're going to pull the wool everyone else over everyone else's eyes. And then they had a little vignette of Deonna Purrazzo being the new Knockouts champion for a third time. Congratulations to her. And she says, welcome to the new age of the virtuosa. I can't wait. But she wouldn't have to wait long for someone to challenge her. I'll explain more on that one. Tara Rising from Canada, very beautiful young lady. She took on Alicia Edwards. Now, listen, Alicia Edwards, I've watched her since my days attending the Whalen City Festival, because she was part of the wrestling, South Coast Championship Wrestling and Yankee Pro Wrestling, part of Top Rope Promotions Wrestling, when they were part of the Whalen City Festival back in New Bedford eons, many moons ago. Alicia Edwards got this new attitude, I think, adopting from her husband, and I think that's what she needed. In my personal opinion, Alicia Edwards needs this attitude if she wants to be a legit contender for the Knockouts Championship. And with Deonna Purrazzo having that title, I think Alicia Edwards needs to step up her game, and that's what she needs to do. And she needed this attitude. She did beat Tara Rising in the matchup, but then ended up attacking Tara Rising after the matchup, and then Jody Threat, the newest knockout, comes to the ring and, pushes off Alicia Edwards, say, come on, none of this, and all that. And then, Jody Threat was talking to Tara Rising afterwards. He said, you good? Yeah, I'm good, but thank you. Don't worry, Alicia will get hers. We can't, when you and I fought, don't take any guff from anybody. So, and Jody Threat and Alicia Edwards could be the first feud. Hey, listen, Alicia Edwards needs to really ramp. Like I said, she needs to really ramp up her attitude. You got a lot of great talent, and you got also the one talent waiting in the wings to come back from her maternity leave. That would be Sue Young, the bloody undead bride. And Alicia Edwards definitely needs to get up that attitude if she has any chance of going for the Knockouts title. And Sue Young is a former Knockouts champion, mind you. But right now, Alicia Edwards has got to worry about Jody Threat. Yuya Uemura took on Moose, and then thanks to Brian Myers, Moose wins that matchup. Jimmy Jacobs, which we have not seen Jimmy Jacobs in, I don't know, very controversial figure in wrestling that Jimmy Jacobs is, interviewing Nick Aldis, and Nick Aldis was addressing why he's back, and he's going after the Impact World title, and he's telling Steve Macklin, watch out. So, and then there was a handicap match. The good Frankie Kazarian going against the good hand. That will be John Schuyler and Jason Hotch. And Kaz did pick up the victory over the good hands. The Coven addresses the women's division, but then they decided to cite their sets on Deonna Purrazzo, and that's happening next week. The Knockouts title will be on the line, as Deonna Purrazzo will make her first title defense in a first-time matchup against Taylor Wilde. The Coven don't waste any time. They said they got Knockouts Gold. They're going to add more gold to their little camp there. Well, we shall see. Although, Air, Water, and Earth, what are you guys summoning? Power Rangers Ninja Storm, for goodness sakes? Man, oh, boy. Fire. Now you're going to summon Beavis, too, while you're at it? Jeepers. Anyway, fire. Air, Water, and Earth, you're summoning Power Rangers Ninja Storm, the Wind Rangers. And then fire, you want to summon Beavis. Okay. Although, this was it. Sami Callihan addresses the design. He says it was all his master plan to get. We all knew that was going to happen. He's like, he all knew he took the design for a bunch of suckers. And believe me, I love it. He goes, Cody Deaner's like, out of there. I thought him with his goofy mullet back in the day, in his early days in Impact, and hanging out with ODB was bad. This guy's going to take his psychotic to a whole new level. Anyways, and he said he took all the steps necessarily, and then he concluded with thumbs up, thumbs down. Sami Callihan, go get the design and destroy them. And so, throughout the night, you see Steve Macklin's locker room guarded by guys in camouflage, his own personal security. The changing the guard ceremony began. Steve Macklin addresses the crowd, and to the folks in Canada, I'm going, on behalf of all Americans, I'm going to have to apologize for Macklin's venomous words. And I'll tell you one thing right now, Macklin could be running his mouth, But he's going to get himself in a whole heap of trouble because I know he has got the world title now, but he's got to remember he's got a bullseye on his back up, and there's a lot of lightning bolts in that locker room ready to strike it. If you don't know what I mean, check out the next episode of my YouTube channel vlog show of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. All right? Shoot. Anyways, so there's that. So as Steve Maclin was running his mouth, Scott D'Amore, the president of Impact Wrestling, interrupts Maclin. But here, before that, Steve Maclin issues an open challenge to anybody who's Canadian. I'm like, why would you want to do that? We trying to summon Bret Hart to the mix? Come on now, don't start this, Steve. And then and then Steve, Scott D'Amore comes out, and then Steve Maclin says, "Hey, let him through. He's the president of Impact Wrestling." And then he goes, "Well, you want a Canadian?" And I thought, "Oh, you want to fight? I'll bet you what. You're going to defend your title under siege against the Perfect Canadian, Perfect Creation 1, PCO." I'm like, "You done this time, Maclin. You done did it this time. You ran your mouth. You're going to get yourself in trouble." And I'll tell you what, I was hoping that Josh Alexander is still recuperating from his triceps injury. He had surgery. He'll come back. But hey, you got the French Canadian Frankenstein. I think Maclin did not even count on him coming out. I was like, you better get those soldiers back out there, man. So they tried, and then he comes out. He choke slams. He said no wrestlers allowed, huh? Perfect Creation 1. He never listens to anybody. He double choke slams with two of the soldiers, and then the four soldiers tried to attack him, and then he fought back, and then he fought Maclin for a while. Maclin retreats, which is a wise move on his part. But then all of a sudden, check this out. Two of the soldiers were standing, two of the Maclin security guards standing in the middle of the ring. He put both of them through a table because they were setting up a table. He put both of them through a table, and I'm like, Maclin, you know who you're dealing with here? PCO. He is not human. Dude. Oh, you're going to get yourself mollywopped, and that title could, and he says, and then he dressed, beforehand, they addressed Nick Aldis. Nick Aldis, please. Nick Aldis is a former Impact World Champion. You goober. You are a goober. Listen, I respect Maclin as a soldier in the United States. He served our country. Thank you so much. But, dude, do you have to run your mouth and disgrace our country again and basically try to, run down Nick Aldis and Perfect Creation 1? Are you freaking kidding me? Those two guys are capable of being world champions. In fact, PCO is a former Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Champion. He's a former 3-time WWE Tag Team Champion. For goodness sakes, when he was known as Pierre the Quebecer, teaming with Jacques Rougeau, for goodness sakes. You're talking about a wrestling legend here. I mean, Maclin, baby. Mac, baby. What in the world's going on, brother? What's going on, dude? Deanna Peraza, you gotta talk some sense to your husband here. Oh my goodness, he's out of control, Gelman. That's a little shout out for the MVG production crew, especially Kevin Henry. He said he likes my Regis impression, so he's out of control, Gelman. This Steve Maclin guy's out of control. Oh my goodness me. Well, that's it. That's all the time we have on the show for episode 517 of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. Up next is the game of strategy, luck, knowledge, and daring. Bullseye. Reminder, AEW Rampage is tomorrow night because of the basketball playoffs that have been going on and stuff. And I tell you, and the Bruins are having a tough time, and they're changing goalies to go to Jeremy Swayman. Will that be the case? And I know they're battling illnesses. I know it's tough for them without Patrice Bergeron. I'm hoping that he starts. The Bruins need to get back to where they had been throughout all season long. It's all about momentum. And if the Panthers beat them in this series, oh boy, that President's Trophy curse could be worse than we thought. But we're hoping that's not the case. And we'll see what happens. Tonight will be SmackDown as well, and NXT Level Up. I'll try to do a semi-live reaction on that. So, that's all the time on the show. Episode 517. Next up, The game, like I said again, bullseye. Gonna play that game. I will see you guys later. You guys have a wonderful day. Until next episode comes rolling around, Mr. Announcer, take us home. That is all for today's episode of the show. This is Mr. Lima speaking for Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. A Big Beefy E, do for Bob Saget production. And in association with A Sweet Bowl for Raving Dingleberries Telepictures and Distribution. Thank you for watching another great episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. Until the next episode, goodbye for now.